There comes a moment in life when everything feels uncertain. You stand in a hallway of confusion, surrounded by closed doors. Some doors represent opportunities that didn't work out. Some represent relationships that ended. Others represent dreams that seem distant. In that hallway, you may feel lost, overlooked, or forgotten. But what if I told you that you are not forgotten? What if I told you that you are chosen? And what if the only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is the courage to walk through the door God is opening for you? God's chosen you. These are powerful words. Many people believe that being chosen means being perfect, flawless, or extraordinary from the beginning. But that is not how God works. Throughout history, God has chosen ordinary people to do extraordinary things. He chose shepherds to become kings. He chose fishermen to become leaders. He chose people with flaws, doubts, and fears to fulfill powerful purposes. Being chosen does not mean you are the most qualified. It means you are called for something greater than yourself. Sometimes you don't feel chosen. You feel rejected. You feel like others are ahead of you. You feel like doors are closing in your face. But rejection is often protection. Closed doors are often redirection. The job you didn't get, the opportunity that slipped away, the person who walked out of your life, those were not punishments. They were positioning. God closes certain doors because they are not aligned with your destiny. But here is the question: when God opens a door for you, will you walk through it? Many people pray for opportunities, but when those opportunities arrive, they hesitate. Fear whispers, what if you fail? Doubt says, you're not ready. Insecurity asks, who do you think you are? And comfort says, stay where it's safe. The door may be open, but walking through it requires courage. Faith is not passive. Faith requires action. God can show you the door, but He will not force you to walk through it. He gives you free will. He gives you choice. The miracle is not just in the opening of the door. It is in your decision to step forward. Every breakthrough in your life will require a step of faith. When Peter walked on water, the miracle did not happen while he stayed in the boat. It happened when he stepped out. The boat was safe. The water was uncertain. But the miracle was in the step. You cannot pray for growth and then avoid discomfort. You cannot ask for purpose and then hide from responsibility. You cannot ask God to elevate you while refusing to leave your comfort zone. Growth feels uncomfortable. New levels feel unfamiliar. Big doors often lead to big challenges, but they also lead to big blessings. Being chosen means being prepared even through pain. The struggles you faced were not random. The tears you cried were not meaningless. The battles you fought were building strength inside you. Every setback was training. Every delay was development. Every hardship was shaping your character. You thought you were just surviving, but God was preparing you. Sometimes the door God shows you does not look glamorous. It may look small. It may look risky. It may require sacrifice. But do not judge the door by its size. Some of the biggest blessings come through the smallest openings. There are people who will doubt you. There are voices that will try to discourage you. Even your own mind may try to convince you that you are not capable. But if God chose you, no opinion can cancel that calling. No criticism can block what God has ordained. What is meant for you cannot be taken from you. The real battle is not outside of you, it is inside of you. It is the battle between faith and fear. Faith says, step forward. Fear says, stay back. Faith says, you are ready. Fear says, wait longer. But waiting too long can become disobedience. When God says, move, move. Doors do not stay open forever. Opportunities have timing. Seasons change. When the right door appears, hesitation can cost you the blessing attached to it. That is why discernment is important. Pray not only for open doors, but for the wisdom to recognize them. God's chosen people often feel unqualified. Moses said he could not speak well. Jeremiah said he was too young. Gideon said he was the weakest. Yet God used them powerfully. Why? Because God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. You may feel broken. You may feel imperfect. But you are still chosen. Your flaws do not disqualify you, they make you human. Your past mistakes do not cancel your future purpose. Redemption is part of the story. When God shows you the door, it often aligns with your deepest calling. It aligns with the gifts placed inside you. It aligns with a passion that keeps stirring your heart. Pay attention to what moves you. Pay attention to what challenges you to grow. Pay attention to what requires faith. Walking through the door may require leaving certain people behind. Not everyone can go where you are going. Some relationships are seasonal. Some mindsets are temporary. Elevation often requires separation. It may also require discipline. Being chosen does not mean everything will be easy. It means you are responsible for stewarding the opportunity well. You must prepare, work hard, and stay focused. Faith without action is incomplete. Tension. Sometimes you will step through the door and immediately face obstacles. Do not panic. Opposition often confirms that you are on the right path. New levels bring new challenges, but the same God who opened the door will give you strength to handle what's behind it. Remember, walking through the door is not about arrogance, it is about obedience. It is not about proving others wrong, it is about fulfilling your purpose. It is not about chasing applause, it is about answering your calling. There will be moments of doubt. There will be moments when you question your decision. But do not confuse difficulty with wrong direction. Hard does not mean wrong. Uncomfortable does not mean uncalled. God's chosen people are often tested before they are elevated. Testing builds endurance. Endurance builds character. Character sustains success. Without preparation, promotion can become destruction. Trust that if God showed you the door, He already equipped you with what you need to walk through it. The strength is inside you. The wisdom is growing within you. The courage is waiting to be activated. And if you stumble after walking through, do not run back. Learn. Adjust. Keep moving. The hallway of closed doors is behind you for a reason. The future is forward. Your life is not random. Your calling is not accidental. Your presence on this earth is intentional. There is something only you can do. There is a difference only you can make. So when the door opens, when the opportunity appears, when the idea keeps returning to your mind, when the chance feels aligned with your spirit, do not shrink back. Step forward, even if your voice shakes, even if your hands tremble, even if others don't understand, because being chosen is not about comfort, it is about courage. God's chosen you. He has shown you the door. The question is not whether the door is real. The question is not whether the opportunity exists. The question is not whether you are capable. The question is this: will you walk through? When you begin to understand that you are chosen, something shifts inside of you. You stop seeing yourself as ordinary and start realizing that your life carries divine intention. Being chosen is not about fame, popularity, or status. It is about purpose. It is about impact. It is about fulfilling something bigger than your own comfort. And once you truly accept that you cannot go back to living small, many people ask God for signs. They say, show me the way, show me the door. But sometimes the door is already in front of them. The opportunity is already there. The idea is already in their heart. The talent is already in their hands. Yet they hesitate because they are waiting for perfection. They are waiting to feel completely confident. They are waiting for fear to disappear. But confidence does not come before the step. It comes after the step. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is movement despite fear. Sometimes the door God shows you is disguised as hard work. It may look like studying when you feel tired. It may look like practicing when no one is watching. It may look like starting over when your pride wants to quit. The door may not always shine with bright lights. It may look simple, quiet, even ordinary. But do not underestimate small beginnings. Great destinies often begin with humble starts. You must also understand that not every open door is from God. Discernment is important. Some doors look attractive but lead to distraction. Some opportunities look exciting but pull you away from your purpose. That is why prayer and awareness are essential. When God opens a door, it aligns with your values, your growth, and your long-term calling. It may stretch you, but it will not destroy your peace. There will be people who question your step. They will say, why are you doing this? Or, are you sure you can handle it? Sometimes their doubt comes from their own fear. Sometimes it comes from misunderstanding, but you cannot allow other people's limitations to define your potential. If God placed the vision in your heart, it is not their job to understand it. It is your job to act on it. Walking through the door often requires leaving behind the old version of yourself. The insecure version, the procrastinating version, the version that constantly seeks approval. Growth demands transformation. You cannot carry old mindsets into new seasons. If God is elevating you, you must elevate your thinking, your habits, and your discipline. There will also be moments when the door feels heavy. Responsibility will increase. Expectations will grow. Pressure may rise. But pressure is not there to crush you, it is there to refine you. Just as diamonds are formed under pressure, your greatness is shaped through challenges. If the calling was small, the resistance would be small. But because your purpose is significant, the tests may be intense. Another truth you must accept is that walking through the door does not guarantee immediate success. There may be setbacks, there may be mistakes, there may be lessons you learn the hard way, but failure inside the right door is still growth. It is better to fail while pursuing your calling than to succeed while ignoring it. Sometimes after stepping through, you may feel alone. The crowd that cheered for you at the beginning may disappear. Support may become silent. But remember this, when God calls you, He sustains you. Your strength will not come from applause, it will come from alignment. When you know you are walking in purpose, you can survive seasons of silence. You must also guard your mindset carefully. The enemy of your calling is not always external opposition. Often it is internal doubt, it is overthinking, it is comparing yourself to others who seem ahead. But comparison is dangerous. God's plan for you is unique. Your timing is different. Your journey is tailored specifically for your growth. Think about this. What if the door you are afraid to walk through is the answer to prayers you prayed years ago? What if the opportunity you are doubting is the breakthrough you once begged for? Do not let fear rob you of what you once asked God to give you. Sometimes the door will require forgiveness. You may need to forgive people who hurt you so you can move forward freely. Sometimes it will require letting go of past disappointments. You cannot step into new blessings while holding on to old pain. Healing is part of walking through the door. And let's talk about faith again. Faith is not just believing that God can open doors. Faith is believing that when He does, you are capable of walking through them. Faith is trusting that you will be equipped along the way. You do not need to have every answer before you move. You just need enough trust to take the next step. There will be moments when you look back at the hallway of closed doors and realize how grateful you are that they did not open. You will see that rejection protected you. You will understand that delay prepared you. You will recognize that certain losses were necessary for greater gain. That perspective only comes after obedience. Obedience unlocks clarity. When you move in faith, more direction is revealed. God rarely shows the entire staircase. He shows one step at a time. If you wait to see the entire picture, you may remain stuck forever. Movement brings momentum. You are not chosen by accident. Your skills, your personality, your experiences, even your struggles, are all part of your preparation. Nothing in your life has been wasted. The tears you cried strengthened your compassion. The battles you fought strengthened your resilience. The mistakes you made strengthened your wisdom. When you walk through the right door, you will feel alignment deep within your spirit. It may still be challenging, but it will feel purposeful. There is a difference between stress from confusion and stress from growth. Growth feels heavy sometimes, but it feels meaningful. Let me ask you something powerful. What door are you standing in front of right now? Is it the door of starting that business, the door of applying for that opportunity, the door of forgiving someone, the door of stepping into leadership, the door of finally believing in yourself? How long will you stand there? The longer you wait in fear, the louder doubt becomes. But the moment you move, doubt begins to lose its power. Action silences overthinking. Obedience silences insecurity. You were not created to live a life of hesitation. You were not designed to shrink back from greatness. You were chosen to make impact, to grow, to lead, to inspire, to overcome. And here is something even deeper. When you walk through the door God opens, you not only change your own life, you change the lives of others. Your obedience becomes someone else's blessing. Your courage becomes someone else's inspiration. Your breakthrough becomes someone else's hope. Imagine if the leaders, innovators, and difference makers of this world had refused to walk through their doors. Imagine if they had allowed fear to win. The world would have lost their impact. And the same is true for you. There are people connected to your purpose. There are lives that will be influenced by your obedience. God's chosen you, not because you are perfect, not because you are fearless, but because you are capable of growth, capable of faith, capable of courage. The door is not meant to intimidate you. It is meant to invite you. So stop asking if you are ready. Growth happens after you step. Stop asking if you are worthy. If God chose you, that is enough. Stop asking if it will be easy. Nothing meaningful ever is. Instead, ask yourself this: if I don't walk through, will I regret it? Because regret weighs heavier than fear. And one day, you do not want to look back and wonder what would have happened if you had just trusted God and taken that step. The door is open. Your calling is waiting. Your growth is ready. Your next level is prepared. God has shown you the door. Now the decision is yours.